Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Cinderella Phenomenon. So, let's jump back in. I think we can skip this part. Yes, we can. Now it's chapter 4. Doop doop doop. Wow, okay, this is a long time. Okay, I can see why you wouldn't tell her. Because she's better than me. No, because if you told her and she refused, then it would be difficult afterwards. You understand, Princess. Of course I understand. I'm not stupid. No, I didn't mean it like that. Don't take offense, Garland. That's just the way she talks. The princess is a fragile flower with her petals always curved inward. What does that even mean? See, if it were Jurian, she'd probably know, but I'm just as confused as you are. I don't think so. I don't think anyone understands half of the fluff Karma speaks. It's because I weave love and dedication into every single one of my words. There's a beauty in deciphering them. But enough idle chatter, sir. Let us continue our training. All right, skip. Skip, until we come across another part. Here we go. We want the fancy cupcake with the lizard. I'll have that one. The one with the... Oh my, is that a chameleon? A chameleon? It is a chameleon. Oh, that's adorable. Sir, we'll take one of those. I was thinking he'd like it for the colors, not the chameleon. Whatever that is. Let's go enjoy this somewhere else, shall we? Karma leads me to the middle of the plaza, and the two of us find a table. He walks off to get a fork and a knife before returning and handing a set to me. Do we really need a knife and a fork to eat a cupcake? So, before we got your dress, and you distracted me with the cupcakes, we were talking about your curse. Were we? It's not an interesting topic. I was glad we had gotten off that tangent, to be honest. Why don't you want to talk about it? You have your secrets just as I do, Princess. But the whole point of pairing up is to help each other with our curses. Princess, you want to help me. Only because it is necessary that I help him so he can help me. All right, so I'm going to skip. Karma cuts the chameleon on top in half. I notice that he gives himself the head, which is a lot cuter, while I got stuck with the tail. Chameleons are little lizards that can blend into their surroundings. Is he willing to go this far to avoid the subject? When I was a child, my father used to call me a chameleon. What? I hid a lot to avoid responsibilities. Oftentimes no one could find me, not my father nor the servants. If he had servants, then that makes him a noble. One day I was searching for a mythical creature in our garden, and I came upon the chameleon. It was this small, silly little lizard, but I'd only found it because I was looking for something fantastic. The lizard on the cupcake does not seem all that fantastic. My father explained what it was to me, and then he started calling me his silly little chameleon. It was ridiculous, but he said I was always very good at hiding, so it suited me. What is it, Princess? It seems like you are still good at hiding. You hide behind your disguise and keep many secrets. I suppose I'm still a chameleon, then. I don't think that nickname makes any sense. Sometimes they don't have to. Nicknames don't have to make sense to be endearing, Princess. Can we just please get back to the subject at hand? Yes, this cupcake. If you insist on sharing a story for a story, then I will tell you something about me. Oh? All right, let's skip. Skip. Let's tease Karma. He obviously wants to leave, but I cannot help myself. Miss Karma, I do wish you would say something. At the very least, you should thank this girl for her compliment. Oh no, it's quite all right. Come on, Karma. You're usually the most charming person on these streets. Thank you. He sounds like he is dying now. I cannot help but start laughing again. The small annoyance on Karma's face seems to dissipate completely. Leaving. He takes my hand and curtsies politely to the girl as he pulls me away. Karma, you sound sick. It's run out. Run out. Okay, this is where we find out about the potion and whatnot. So let's skip ahead. Chapter 5. We already know the story, guys. Okay, so... Princess, I swear on my word, I'm bringing you back to the palace. We're gonna fight back. I have to fight back. Maybe I can still draw people's attention to me. I try to squirm my way out of the man's arms, but it does not work. He chuckles lightly at me until I elbow him in the stomach. For a few moments that I am free, I try to run, but all too soon the man grabs me again with the same punishing grip over my mouth and knows to stop me from screaming. You're a real feisty one, ain't ya? I feel like I might faint. In one last attempt to get free, I tug the man's hand with my own and manage to shift it just enough until I can bite down onto it. Ow! The man screams in pain, his grip finally loosening. I can hear him curse as I run away from him. A few minutes later, I realize that I have gone in the wrong direction. I soon come to a dead end in the alleyway, and I can hear the man running up behind me. What is this I see before me? I look up to see Karma standing on the rooftop right above us in his disguise, holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Madam, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry, his earlier jovial personality fallen away. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Alright, let's skip. Skip. Yeah, that's where we walk in on him. I saw you fight back. That was a very admirable attempt. You saw me? Yes, you were coming to the end of the alleyway. But I didn't manage to escape. It doesn't matter, Princess. You certainly made the effort. But I digress. You are quite welcome, Princess. It was my pleasure. Alright, skip. Let's see. If someone was smiling, the best feature I would look at on their face would be the lips. Despite myself, I find my gaze dropping to Karma's lips. Why do I feel like I'm walking into a trap? The lips? My Princess, I didn't think I'd ever hear you say that you looked at my lips when I smiled. I did not say that. Oh, but you did. And Princess, I do believe you are blushing. Even though Karma never said that he was referring to his features, I thought about his lips anyway. The thought makes my heart flop, though I do not have the faintest idea why. Anyway, I agree. Though eyes are important, a smile isn't quite as brilliant without the lips. Without the lips? I try to imagine a smile without lips and shudder. Sorry, Princess, I misspoke. Try to dispel the image from your mind. Okay, now to skip. Skip. Because there is a lot of the story that we already know, because we went through it in the bad ending. We are going to try to convince them this time. Fighting back is useless when I am outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I am not who they think I am. You are mistaken, sirs. I happened to overhear your conversation, and assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. She was listening to our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Did you not hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it, nothing more. You were cloaked, as if you were trying to hide your features. Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to a lady such as myself. You know, she has a point. Stop saying that, man. Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Come on, let's take her to the palace. Skip. There's all those girls, and we're running away, and he kisses my hand. Oh, karma. This is a lot of skipping. Let's see, he's standing too close. Let's step away from him. I take a step away from him and Karma's hands fall from my shoulders. He sighs out. The story better just be as dramatic as mine. Thank you, Melody. For what? For agreeing to listen, and for what you just did. Stepping away from him, was I distracting him? Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a crown prince from a kingdom called Brigantia. All right. Skippy time. You have to tell Jurian. You have to. Come on, Garland. You can do it. Klaude told me before that confessing is hard, but what Garland is going through looks even harder. Princess, you know I'm incapable. No, you think you're incapable, but if you never say anything to her, you'll never know. If I say something wrong, I risk losing everything that I already have with her. And if you say nothing, you risk losing what you could have had with her. Melody is right. Maybe you should really tell her, Garland. But before, Klaude was adamant that Garland shouldn't confess to Jurian. What changed? Okay, time to skip. Okay, time to, let's see. What will you do, princess? What kind of tactic would remove you from my grasp? Bite his hand. I'm going to feel terrible about this, but I have to try. I try to shift my head to get enough space to bite down, and even Klaude cannot hold me completely still as I squirm. Eventually, the hand over my mouth moves just enough for me to open my mouth, but I falter. I cannot bite the hand that I just injured. Unable to do anything else, I mutely shake my head, and I hear Klaude groan. In one swift motion, he pushes me down to the ground, pinning my hands by my head as he frowns at me. You're not even going to try and find an opening. I glare at him. I am not going to bite your hand. Bite my hand? I didn't even think of that. But you made it obvious. You put your hand over my mouth. I meant for you to try moving my hand, or pushing back a person's thumb usually causes their grip to loosen. How was I supposed to know that? Experience is the best means of practice, as they say. I have a complaint about that particular lesson, but I withhold it. Okay, now it is time to skip again. It's chapter 7. We are getting closer to the ending here. Oh, Garland and Jurian are together. So freaking cute. Okay, here, Klaude does not look okay at all. Gotta scold him. It doesn't matter if something's bothering him. It isn't like him to be so rude. Irritation is no excuse for rudeness. Fine. I apologize. Happy? He looks at me for a few moments, his expression twisted into a defiant scowl, but it doesn't hold long. Moments later, his expression softens and he looks away, almost in shame. I'm sorry. This apology sounds real, but still, why do I feel so disappointed? Okay, time to skip again. There are very few differences. Let's see. Let's run the errand first. Waltz has a good point. We might find something while we do the errands, and then we can get them out of the way. Besides, it is not right for me to put Klaude above everyone else. We spend a few hours gathering the supplies needed for the tavern, and only then do we start looking again for Klaude's gift. Okay, skip. And we bought the necklace. I came to speak with you. I came to give him something, but I also want to speak with him. I haven't seen Klaude in a while. Why? Because you've been doing everything by yourself lately? You came to complain? No, I wanted to check on you. Princess, can you not read the mood? You could have, at the very least, knocked. Yep, he's in front of us, and he makes her mad, and we throw the necklace at her. Okay, so we turn and point our sword at him. I am pretty sure I recognize Klaude's hand, but because I know it's him, I also know what he'd want me to do. I duck away from his hand and turn quickly to point my sword. The tip of the wood is at his neck, and for a few stunned moments I think I've won. Even Klaude looks surprised. It's really him! But then Klaude's hands have moved, and he has one hand over my wrist and the other on my sword. Good, Melody. You realized you had an opening, but you broke your concentration. Klaude. And time to skip. Oh, I want a hug. Huh? Klaude looks at me in surprise. He thinks I'm being foolish for making such a request, doesn't he? I shouldn't have said anything. But before I can say anything else, Klaude takes a step forward and wraps me in his arms. He pulls me towards him, and in those moments of silence, I can hear his heartbeat resounding in his chest. I can feel his warmth all around me and his fingers clasped gently at my back. I feel so strange. My heart is racing and my knees feel weak. Something like this. He speaks right into my ear. It is a surprisingly pleasant feeling. Suddenly, Klaude makes a noise of distress as he steps away from me. All of the warmness that was pressed against me 1 moment ago is gone. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. It's time to skip. He's starting to change! Oh gosh, this is where Alcaster comes in and is like, I am king now, and screw everybody! Oh, and there's Rod and Melanie. Yeah. Then we talk about raiding the palace, and he's begging me not to go. I feel flustered again, and my mind feels foggy. I can barely comprehend what's in my mind, or in my heart. Thank you. You never need to thank me, Melody. But you've done so much for me. It is not just the sword fighting, it's your patience, your company, your saving me when I needed help. That's not true. I'm pretty sure I'm the most selfish person in this tavern. All I ever want is things for myself. I've never thought you were selfish, Klaude. He puts a hand on my cheek and looks at me solemnly. You don't think that me wanting you is... Ah. So, he admits to wanting her. That's actually very interesting. But this is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So, if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!